In a world that feels increasingly polarized, we often repeat the phrase, "Information is power." But in 2026, information has become something much more volatile. It is the front line of a global conflict. May 3rd is World Press Freedom Day, and for most of us, the news is just a stream of headlines that we scroll through while having our morning tea. But for thousands of professionals globally, the simple act of hitting publish is a life-or-death gamble. We are living in an era where the truth is under siege, not just from hammers and bars, but from invisible codes and silent algorithms. We are currently witnessing what experts call the Great Regression. According to UNESCO's latest World Trends report, press freedom has experienced its steepest decline since 2012. This isn't just a minor dip. It's a tipping point reminiscent of the most unstable periods of the 20th century, the height of the Cold War and the onset of the World Wars. This is why the world's attention is turning to Lusaka, Zambia this week. Leaders and advocates are gathering for a desperate conversation. How do we shape a future at peace when the very foundation of truth is crumbling beneath us? To understand where we are going, we have to look back 35 years to 1991. In the capital of Namibia, a group of brave African journalists drafted the Windhoek Declaration. They argued that a free, pluralistic, and independent press wasn't just a luxury for stable nations. It was an essential human right for every person on Earth. In 1993, the UN General Assembly made May 3rd an official day of observance. It was meant to be a yearly health check for democracy. But by 2026, the diagnosis is clear. The patient is in critical condition and the monitors are screaming. The nature of the threat has evolved. We no longer just worry about censors with red pens. Today, malicious actors use generative AI to flood the information ecosystem with high-fidelity manipulation. When deepfakes become indistinguishable from reality, and bots outnumber human voices, truth becomes a matter of opinion. This digital pollution destroys the social trust required for a peaceful society to function. When everything looks real, nothing feels true, and in that confusion, authoritarianism finds its footing. While technology attacks the truth, economics is killing the messenger. Independent newsrooms are starving, as big tech giants consume nearly 80% of the global advertising market. Local newspapers and investigative outlets are being forced to shutter their doors. This creates news deserts, entire regions where no one is left to watch the city council, the police, or the corporations. In these dark spaces, corruption doesn't just happen, it thrives. Without a viable business model for journalism, we lose the eyes and ears of our communities. Perhaps the most tragic statistic of 2026 is the growth of the chilling effect. Self-censorship among journalists has grown by over 60%. This isn't because of new laws, it's because of fear. It's the fear of coordinated online harassment, the threat of judicial slap suits designed to bankrupt reporters, and the very real danger of physical reprisals. When a journalist decides not to write a story because they fear for their family's safety, the public loses a battle they didn't even know was being fought. This week in Lusaka, Zambia, something unique is happening. The World Press Freedom Day Global Conference is merging with RightsCon 2026. This convergence is a recognition of a hard reality. In 2026, press freedom and digital rights are the same thing. You cannot have a free press if the government can shut down the internet at will. You cannot have independent journalism if platform algorithms are designed to prioritize outrage and engagement over accuracy and nuance. The fight for the pen is now the fight for the code. By hosting this conference in Lusaka, advocates from the Global South are taking the lead. They are moving beyond just diagnosing the problem and toward coordinated action. They are aligning technology, AI ethics, and human rights to protect what they call information ecosystems. Think of it as the digital soil of our society. If the soil is toxic, nothing healthy can grow. They are looking for practical, gender-responsive ways to ensure that technology serves the truth, rather than the highest bidder or the most powerful dictator. We must pause to talk about the human cost. Today is a day of remembrance for those who didn't come home. In the last year alone, we have seen journalists targeted in conflicts across Eastern Europe, the Middle East, and Southeast Asia. Many were killed while wearing press vests that were supposed to be their armor. When a journalist is killed, a light goes out. We lose the ability to see what is happening in the shadows of power, and we lose the witnesses who ensure that war crimes do not go unrecorded. We often think of peace as simply the absence of war, but true, sustainable peace is the presence of truth. Without a free press, we cannot find common ground. We cannot hold leaders accountable for their promises. We cannot even agree on the basic facts of our shared reality. When the press is restrained, or when media professionals are forced to become mouthpieces for the state, your personal freedom is the next thing on the chopping block. An independent press is the early warning system for every other human right. So, what is your role in this? In 2026, you are more than just a consumer of news. You are a participant in the ecosystem. Support your local journalists with a subscription. Fact-check a headline before you hit share. Demand transparency from the platforms you use every day. A future at peace requires a press that is free to speak and a public that is willing to listen. The war on truth can be won, but only if we decide that the truth is worth the effort. Stay informed, stay critical, and stay free. World Press Freedom Day, Lusaka 2026.